Hello, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. Today I'm excited to share a quick look of the day featuring some of my favorite products from the Jouer beauty line. So it's the end of a long teaching day, and the Jouer products that I applied on my face this morning are the very ones that remain on my face this evening. So I can definitely attest to their longevity. In terms of base, I applied the Jouer Matte Moisture Tint, and I wear this in the shade Nude, and it matches my NC 23 to 25 skin perfectly. It just kind of blends into the skin tone, making for a very even canvas. So I'll swatch this for you. It comes in the Great Squeeze tube, which is secure if you feel like tossing it into your handbag for the day. And here is just a touch of it on my fingertip. This is probably enough product for a third of my face, we'll say, and I'll go ahead and swatch it on my wrist so you can get a good sense of what Nude looks like. Here it is, swatched on my wrist there. It's a great yellow-based beige. And the chief difference between the matte moisture tint and the luminous moisture tint is, as the name would imply, the matte tint has a matte finish. While it's matte, it's not flat, and I appreciate the fact that it still looks like really healthy skin, but it does provide what I might deem as medium coverage, and I think in the long run that allows it to offer more coverage than the luminous moisture tint. So I'm really liking it for a long day's work because it stays in place. Here it is after it's kind of blended into my skin a little more. It doesn't oxidize, which is great. So the color that you apply is the color that it remains. And the matte finish is lovely. I've been really embracing kind of a dewy look for the last 6 months or so, but every once in a while, a matte face that you don't have to worry about either blotting or powdering is just refreshing. So today it was extremely humid, cold, but humid because of rain outside, and the matte finish stayed for the entire day. So I just apply a pea-size amount with a beauty blender and I am good to go. On to the rest of my face. So after applying my foundation with a beauty blender, I then went ahead and applied a bit of cream-based contour to my cheekbone area just to add a bit of structure and shadow to the face. And then I followed that with the Jouer Tint in Honeysuckle, which I believe is a product I've discussed before in videos. It's just a gorgeous peachy pink pop of color for the cheeks. And texturally speaking, it's got a creamy finish that does not employ the use of shimmer. So it's a cream pigment without any obvious shimmers. You can see Nude up here and Honeysuckle below. Now, Honeysuckle is something I just put on a stippling brush and then tap into my cheekbones, and that's typically how I like to apply any cream cheek products. But as the day goes on, should I wish to do a touch-up, I leave my stippling brush at home, I put just a touch on my fingertips, I smile, and then just tap it into the skin. It adds a little bit of radiance, but without, once again, using shimmer to do so. So it just looks like very healthy, dewy, creamy skin with a pop of color. This is all I need to add a rosy cheek to my otherwise fairly conservative canvas. My eyes are the culmination of the combining of 3 products from the Jouer line, and that base product for me is the powder eyeshadow in Maple. Now I tell you that anytime I wear this out, maybe to a beauty event or even just to go shopping and I'm looking at makeup, I invariably have somebody ask me, what color are you wearing on your eyelids? I'm going to give you a close-up of Maple right now. It's just a single wash of color that I've applied along with a liquid liner, which I'll discuss presently. That's Maple on the eyes, no primer, no touch-ups today. It's absolutely remarkable. Here it is swatched. It's kind of a chocolatey brown with some golden bronze undertones, and then swatched on the wrist. One pass, you can see it's this shade right here. It's got a beautiful satin finish. All I use is a single brush to just brush it over my lid. I'm a huge fan of the single wash of color on the lid. If it's a color I adore, and in this case, maple is one that I am just passionate about, then it's a quick and easy way to create a full eye look. Truly this morning, because I was running a bit late, I probably had about 5 minutes total to do my entire face from start to finish. And so to get a maximum impact eye with one shade, maple is my go-to. To finish up the eye, I added a single liquid line of the liquid shimmer eyeliner in Panther. And this is one of the Jouer Holiday 2013 collection pieces. I will make sure to insert swatches of all 3 colors from this particular product family. It is a shimmery, highly pigmented black. And when I say shimmer, I'm meaning a very complex, sophisticated shimmer rather than a glittery one. When it dries to a satin finish. The tube looks like this, and hopefully the light will pick up the shimmer absolutely great. This is where you can see the black with a tiny bit of gold mixed in for good measure, and the applicator brush is a delight to work with. So it's diminutive, as you can see here, and that allows you to just get into the top of the eye. Now, the way I apply it is pretty simple. Lately, I've been just putting the corner part of my cat eye on first, and then just drawing my line to build. And here is the result of that. So you can see I've got the maple topped with the Panther, which by the way is a magnificent name for anything. And here is the full eye. I didn't even tightline. I didn't feel like I needed to because it's a liquid texture. It just kind of nicely nestles into the lash line if you apply it closely enough. So I didn't have to do anything additional to get that nice dark pop of color right at the base of the lashes. So 2 products, that's it. Well, and a third, I suppose, but it's not really going on my eyes per se. That would be the Jouer Cream Eyeshadow in Chiffon, and I've talked about how much I adore this product for a myriad of reasons. It's a cream eyeshadow. You can see I've been putting quite a dent into it as of late. It's a beautiful white shimmer. Now, I just applied it very liberally there. It's a lot sheerer than that, should you wish it to be. It just catches the light, and this white gold finish is both fantastic as a highlighter as well as its intended form as a cream shadow. So all I do is put a bit on my finger and just rub it across my brow bone. So arguably, am I using this as an eyeshadow or am I using this as a highlighter because of where I place it? It's hard to say, but it is the third product going on in this zone, the orbital area. I touch a little more across my eye corner as well as upper cheekbones, and it just picks up the light in a beautiful way without looking too shimmery. And then if I'm feeling like it, I might put a touch in the corners of my eyes, brighten up that zone, and perhaps a little bit down the nose and at the Cupid's bow. So as I've already said, this is an extremely multi-purpose, utilitarian product because it can definitely hold its own in the eye area, but also serve as an all-over face highlight. Down to the final 2 Jouer products that I used on my face today. The first being the Jouer Mattifying Translucent Powder in Translucent, which, as the name would imply, it is a translucent powder, to run the risk of sounding redundant here. It is as light as it looks in the pan, but even after multiple passes on the finger, you can see it does not build up in an overtly white way. It is translucent, and I find that refreshing because not many powders that purport to be translucent are indeed that on the face. It's basically invisible, so it's not depositing any color, but it is removing shine in areas where you might not prefer to have it. Just use a fluffy kabuki brush to blot it on after everything else and to set the makeup, and shine where I don't want it is now diminished. So it's a beautiful powder for that. It's simple, it's clean, and it doesn't build unwanted texture on the face or add or deposit unwanted color on the face. So it's a great finishing powder and a touch-up powder throughout the day. The last Jouer product that I will be discussing in this video is pertinent to the lips. And in this case, allow me to introduce you to Meg, which is a gorgeous peach pink nude confection. And Meg is named after Meg Young, who is head of PR at Jouer. And I love the fact that many of the Jouer lip colors are named after women who work at the company. And I've been privileged to even be able to meet some of them. And it's like you're meeting a celebrity to meet someone who's inspired a lip color. So Meg not only is a beautiful person inside and out as an individual, but she has inspired what I feel is a gorgeous lipstick. And that concludes the details on my face. But since we have the holidays but days away, I wanted to share one more Jouer product that was released just in time for the impending holidays. This one is the Jouer Sparkle and Shine Party Favor. It's this great looking kind of like party popper-esque packaging, and inside is a host of little delights. One is the party blower, which adds quite a festive touch. Another thing is this beautiful rose gold barrette. In this case, it's encrusted with rhinestones, and it just slips into the hair like this. You can see how the rhinestones just catch the light in this party favor. Truly, I would much rather receive something like this than the streamers that come out of the traditional party poppers. And then here is a mini version of the Jouer lip gloss in Glisten. You can see it's got a rose gold sheen to it, and essentially on the lips, this is kind of a clear with some light shimmer. You can see that there are some light reflecting particles in the clear base. A couple of other items included in this party favor would be the hair elastic with the traditional Jouer wavy lined design, and that just resonates with the aesthetic of the entire brand. And then the piece de resistance, there is a sparkly necklace. In this case, this is a little key. It's golden with a heart on top. It has a traditional clasp, but it's on a string. And the directions say, when your necklace wears off, your wish comes true. So that's kind of fun. You put the necklace on, see how long it stays on, and obviously make a wish preemptively before you go through this process. I truly hope you enjoyed this Jouer-inspired face of the day video. And to close, I'll just do a close-up of my whole face with all the products I've discussed today one more time. So getting close. As always, I welcome your questions and your comments, and please don't forget to visit me at my beauty blog, Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.